Today we'll actually be looking at the practice paper 1. Okay, paper 1. So in the first question, in 9,700,833,124, the digits stand for, so over here, this is actually your 100,000s place. Therefore, your answer would be number 4. So this is, just in case you didn't know, this is your ones, your tens, your hundreds, your thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions place. Okay, so 100,000. Question 2. Spencer spent 40% of his money on a wallet and had 240. How much did the wallet cost? So we know that this 240 is actually 60%, right? So therefore, there's a few ways of doing it. One is 60% is 240. 1% would be 240 divided by 60. We can cancel the zeros, and then your answer would be 24 divided by 6 would be 4. And then after that, we want to know what is 40%. So 40% in this case would actually be 160. Answer 1. Okay, question 3. Simplify this equation. So in this case, we will always usually arrange the unknowns, okay, to one side and the numerals to another side. So in this case, 9r, okay, plus 2r plus 6 minus 2. So 9r plus 2r would be 11r. 6 minus 2 would actually be 4. So therefore, your answer is actually 3. Question 4. Express 1.4 hours in hours and minutes. So in this case, we want to know what is actually 0.4 hours. Okay, so definitely 0.4 hours. You want to know what is 0.4 hours. Okay, in this case, 0.4 hours is 24 minutes. So therefore, your answer is actually 3. So this part over here, just in case you don't know, is 0.4. So what is 0.4 of 60 minutes? Answer is 24. And that's how I get my 24 minutes. What is the digit in the 10th place of 44.2 and 0.81? So 44.2 plus 0.81. Your answer is 45.01. So just in case some of you don't know, there are actually the naming of the positions in terms of decimals. Okay, this is actually, when it comes to decimals, all right, it is actually your tens. This one over here, okay, is your hundreds. And finally, there is one more position that you need to know, and that is your thousands. Alright, so in this case, they are asking for your tens. So therefore, it will be 0. Answer 2. Okay, question number 6. Ahmad, Braden, and Kelly shared a packet of candies in a ratio of 2:3:4. So usually I would do my annotation. Kelly had 24 candies. How many candies were there in the packet? So in this case, I know that A is to B is to K, 2 is to 3 is to 4. Now the total amount, or rather total units of this is actually 9 over here. So I know that 4u is actually 24. 1u would be 24 divided by 4. And my answer would be 6. Because Kelly had 24 candies and Kelly is 4 units. So in this case, the total number of units is 9. So therefore 9u would be 6 times 9. And my answer in this case would be 54. Okay. Question number 7. Okay. The line graph below shows the number of members in 3 fitness club from 2014 to 2018. Okay, how many members were there in 2016? Okay, so we need to find out what is the interval between each number. So if you take a look, the interval between this and this, 900 and 600, is actually 300, right? So granted that from this point to this point is 300, what is the middle ground? So the middle ground here is actually 150. So because this is 150, 600 plus 150, that will be 750. Answer 2. Now the next question asks, between which 2 years was there 100% increase in membership? Alright. Okay, the answer would be, okay, 1 in this case. 2014 and 2015. Question number 9. Which figure does not have a line of symmetry? So very quickly will be 4. Because no matter how we draw it, there can never be a line of symmetry. So for the rest, just to show you how does a line of symmetry look like. So a line of symmetry happens when you can divide, is a splitting mirror image between the two. So in this case, 3 has a line of symmetry. 2 also has a line of symmetry. 1 has a line of symmetry. Okay? Next. Okay, the solid shown below is made of identical unit cubes, which of one shows the front view. Now, when you're looking about from front view, orientation of it is very important. So you need to put your eyes over here and imagine you're viewing from this side. Okay, so what you would see is this, and this. Correct? So in this case, your answer would be 3. Okay. Next. A cube has faces numbered 1 to 6. The opposites of the opposite faces of the cube always adds up to 7. Which of the following shows the net of the cube? So in this case, your answer is 2. Alright. So you need to imagine when the cube is folded up into a cube, when the net is folded on the cube, the opposite side always adds up to be 7. So for example, if I were to put this particular 5, I'm going to orientate it as here. Then the opposite side would be the back part of it. So the back part of this cube, in this case, will be a 2. Therefore, 5 plus 2 equals to 7. Okay, and my 1 will be at the top, whereas my 6 will be at the bottom. So once again, 1 plus 6 equals to 7. Alright, this is what it means. Question 12. Peter is 13 years old now. His father is 3 times as old as he. What is their total age in 5 years' time? Okay, so remember to do this problem, okay, we can first find out what is his father's age now. So Peter is 13. His father is 3 times as old. So it's 13, 13, 13, right? So in 5 years' time, don't forget, you have to add 5 for both of them. So to solve this problem, we will need to take 13 times 4 plus 10. So in this case, your answer would be 62. Jeff and 3 of his classmates scored an average of 80 marks in their Chinese test. If Jeff had scored 79 marks, their average score would have been 83. How many marks did Jeff score? Okay, so in this case, let's break this down. Okay, so the average marks, okay, is over here, and there are 4 altogether because it's Jeff and his 3 of his classmates. Now, if Jeff scored 79, their average score would have been 83. So that means now you need to add an additional 3 marks for each person. So we can use a model to help us understand. Okay? So at first, we know that Jeff and his friend, the average of them is 80. So the total marks that is being scored here, you would know that it is actually 320. Now, the second scenario later on tells you that if he scored 79 marks, now the average score would have been 83. So what actually happens is that each of them have added another 3 marks. So this additional of 3 marks, okay, actually came from Jeff, because Jeff is the one that actually scored more, right? So in this case, granted that there is an additional of these marks here, we know that the only person that changed was actually Jeff, and the total amount that totaled up was 12 marks. So where did these 12 additional marks came? It must have come from Jeff. So to solve how much Jeff scored the actual mark, we need to subtract away the 12, the additional 12 that was given, right? And your answer would be 67. Next, Madam Kelsa sold 120 cupcakes in the morning and 40% of the remaining cupcakes in the afternoon. The number of cupcakes left in the end was 1/3 of what she had at first. How many cupcakes was sold in the afternoon? So when dealing with this kind of question, okay, it is important to read it again step by step and then break it down. So it was said that she sold 120 cupcakes in the morning, and then after that, in the afternoon, she actually sold 40% of the remaining. Eight, 9, 10. Okay, so this was sold in the afternoon. So therefore, what was left was actually 1/3 of what she had at first of the original amount. Correct? So granted that we know that 1/3 was the original amount, okay, we also know that since this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 1/3 is actually 6 units. We would know that 100% is actually 6 times 3. Therefore, it will be 18 units. 18 units is actually the full amount. So granted that she had 18 units in full, okay, we know that we can take 18 units, subtract away these 6 units over here, okay, and this 4 units over here. So that leaves us with 8 units. So this 8 unit actually is what she sold in the morning. So therefore 8U is 120. 1U would be 120 divided by 8, which is 15. So in the afternoon, she sold 4 units. So therefore 4U would be 15 times 4, and my answer would be 60. Answer 2. Right? It is stated that in 9 minutes, 5 students can fold 10 paper cranes. At this rate, how long does it take for 3 students? So the important thing is that we need to find out, okay, how long does it take to fold 10 paper cranes if there's only 1 student? So since 5 students, okay, is 9 minutes, therefore 1 student will take 9 times 5, which is 45 minutes to fold 10 paper cranes for 1 student. So 1 student will take 45 minutes. This is for 10 cranes. Okay. So I want to know how long does it take to fold 1 crane. 45 divided by 10, 4.5. So this is the time taken to fold 1 crane by 1 student. So now that I know that 1 student will take 4.5 minutes to fold 1 crane, I have 3 students to help me. So which means now that I can cut down by shorten it, because instead of having 1 student to fold 1 crane, I now have 3. So I will divide 4.5 by 3, and my answer would be 1.5. So now because of these 3 students, I take only 1.5 minutes to fold 1 crane. So basically, if I want to fold 54, I will take 1.5 minutes times 54. And my answer would be 81.